Productivity. It's the drive behind any kind of work that we undertake, whether you're a professional, an amateur, or an amateur trying to turn professional. How do you increase productivity? It's a very simple question, and there are many suggestions for it. What I'm about to tell you is nothing new. Some of you may even have already heard of this. But if you haven't, it's a principle that comes from an Italian student back in the 1980s. It's one of the simplest and easiest ways to make you more productive. You can achieve much more by following a very simple, easy strategy. And that strategy involves time, and more specifically, how you control it. If you have a job where you are not bound to telephones and you're not at the constant mercy of being interrupted, so if you're a writer, an analyst, a data inputter, hell, you might be a restaurateur who's managing his books. Have you ever found yourself facing a wad of paperwork and you just can't be bothered to get through it? You look at it and you're like, You visualize yourself with a mountain as you're trying to get through it. You find a wedge and you just think, how can I chew through that? Well, there is a simple word for you, and that word is Pomodoro. Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. So how do tomatoes make you more productive? Does anyone have any idea how that would be the case? What could the tomato possibly do that would make you more productive? Nothing. Unless you have an old 1970s tomato kitchen timer, where you literally, I'm going to use this cup as a illustration, you twist it so it's on it, and then you let it count down. Now the principle of this is that you set yourself a time period, and the time period, the default one, is 25 minutes. Whether you're using an analog timer, whether you're using a time function on one of these, as in a smartphone, whether you've got a watch, you might even be one of these people that goes, okay Google, set alarm for 25 minutes. However it is you're doing it, you set yourself that period and you start work. As soon as the alarm goes off, you're down tools and you go away. In that time, you set the clock again for 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, go get yourself a coffee. Go and find another file that you know you're going to need later on. Sit back and consult some reference material. Whatever it is you do, you essentially take those 5 minutes to get away from the task you're doing. As soon as the alarm goes again, you reset for 25 minutes, go back to work. Whether you're typing, whether you're reading, whether you're analysing, drawing, whether you're, whatever it is you're doing. Once the timer goes off, you reset the clock again, but this time for 10 minutes. You take even longer. You might take a scrap of what you've done, just do a quick spell check. You may go and get a larger coffee. You might find that someone tried to call you to arrange a meeting. You call them and you rearrange it. Once the 10 minutes goes back off, you set the clock again for another 25 minutes. And essentially, you're going on a block of 25, 5, 25, 10, 25, 5, 25, 10, all the way through repeatedly. And what you find, your mind is constantly getting into a narrow zone. So you might start with a wedge that is this high of paperwork. And if you try to look at that and just sit there, leafing it all off, your mind would overload. It would implode at the data. But if you're picking a piece off, and then stop, you come back, the pile's there. You go away, come back, the pile's there. And slowly but surely that pile gets lower and lower and lower. So whatever it is you're doing, whether you've got one huge amount of paperwork, whether you've got 19 different projects, at the moment I'm currently editing a novelette that I wrote a long time ago, and I'm back editing it to change a lot of things about it. I'm picking up on adverbs, I'm changing context and places, correcting tenses, etc, etc, etc. So I'm literally going manual read, manual write, manual read, manual write. So I can find 25 minutes, I've done a read through, and I've just started my first thing, edit, pen down. Come back, carry on the edit, 25 minutes, pen down. In one morning today, I started 2 hours ago. I've done a full reread, a full rewrite, and I've now done over half of the actual inputting of the changes. I've taken a break just to make this video. This is in my 10-minute slot of my 25. Once I'm done with this video, I am off to another 25-minute slot to crack on with my edits. When I come back from that slot, I'll be then looking to put that into Kindle so that it can be sold online. Productivity is all about focus. Now, if you do a job where you constantly have to be available and phone calls come through, I know this process won't work. So you might not take it into the office with you. But if you're one of these people that doesn't have that role, where you don't have these calls, give it a try. A lot of business leaders are actually getting behind this. I learned this in my job. I went on a course from one of the people at work, and they showed me this, and I've used it. It's made a big difference. It really can make a colossal difference to your workload. You can see hundreds of files. You can see pages of information. You can see meeting upon meeting that you need to prepare minutes for, and graphs and charts and numbers and algorithms and God knows what else. The Pomodoro is how to get through it. It certainly worked for me. I've found that it's made me a lot more laser focused when I've literally got in and the clock's died, I'm at work. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I was literally at the moment capturing video game footage to look at doing a review for a video game, I'd do 25 minutes and I'd stop, controller down, take a breather, 25 minutes down, 25 minutes down. Then once I've got my footage, it would be look at the footage, 25 minutes, no timestamps, down, no timestamps, down, and then start chopping and changing, down, chopping and changing, down, chopping and changing, down, mastering, reproducing, down, voiceover, down. And you could probably find that you're getting through the day and you don't even realize how much time has gone by. You could literally start this and be almost in a trance and it will get you through. If you're one of these people who's got a 12-hour shift where you're constantly doing a lot of work, where you've got to do so many tasks per hour, review so many files per hour, you've got to try and write so many words per hour, this will get you in a trance and it will get you through. The day will fly by because you're laser focused and you're controlling time, specifically your own time. And as long as you control your thoughts along with that, to make you believe that you are hard at work and that you are the one in control of it, you will succeed. You will smash it. You just have to have that mentality and mantra. 25, 5, 25, 10, 25, 5, 25, 10, 25, 5, 25, 10, ad nauseum. Now, maybe you don't want to take 10 minutes. Maybe you want to do 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5. Maybe you want to do 35, 30, 10, 35. The key thing is that you don't go too big. If you start putting 1 hour, half hour, 1 hour, half hour, you lose focus. You need those small slots. On the flip side, I reckon if you went 10-2, 10-2, 10-2, you'd have that many distortions in your train of thought, you lose control. The 25-5, 25-10 has been proven to improve productivity.